Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Have you guys been looking for me? Well, guess what? You found me in the kitchen with Angela, Creole Roots. I'm in the house. Yes, it is the weekend. And guess what? I'm meal prepping. Y'all know all things New Orleans. I'm Creole Roots. I'm in the house. All things New Orleans. I'm about to throw down for you guys. So I'm in my kitchen. Come on in, come on in, come on in and join me here. What I'm making is a casserole, okay? But the casserole is not your normal casserole. Most people who make these casseroles, they make them with spaghetti. But no, I change things up. So I'm making a spaghetti casserole with all the meats and everything, but we're gonna low carb this recipe. So what we doing here is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start. My pan is already heating up. It's gonna be a spaghetti squash casserole, and I'm gonna show you I pre-cooked my spaghetti squash. They're here, okay? I pre-cooked them, and we're gonna use that as our base as the spaghetti instead of a high carb over 40 to 53 carbs in spaghetti. We're gonna use a heavy content of protein, plant-based, and protein. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to get healthy, trying to make things work in the opposite direction of what we used to, right? So I am here trying to get things situated. I already have my meats. I added a little oil to my pan. Little olive oil to my pan. Of course, I love olive oil. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm using 3 different types of meat. It's gonna be ground pork sausage. This is a little spicy by Jimmy Dean. So I'm adding this in my pot. It's just a half a container of that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add in some ground turkey. I gotta get a knife and poke this. We're doing ground turkey as well. So I'm doing a mixture of meats. That's what I like to do. So it's gonna be a mixture of meats, okay? So that's my ground turkey, and then I have ground beef. So it's really more than 3 is 4. So, because I'm gonna do smoked sausage too. So I have my ground beef. And I won't use all my ground beef, but that's what I'm doing. So it's going to be a mixture of different meats. And this is for my spaghetti sauce. It's a spaghetti meat sauce, okay? So I'm just chopping up the meats. The spicy ground pork sausage is actually going to do wonders for it. Going to give it that little zest or that pizzazz. So while my meat is coming together and cooking down in the olive oil and water mixture, I'm going to still drain off the fat from that anyway. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start cutting up my smoked sausage. This is beef smoked sausage, by the way. So I just wanted to do a combination of different meats for my spaghetti sauce. And it's going to be a casserole style. So I'm just chopping up my smoked sausage, if you guys can see that, okay? And then I'm going to cut it into bite-sized pieces. All of it's going to go in a pot together, all the meats, okay? So just cutting them up into quarter pieces. And I'm going to put my smoked sausage in there. And once I cook the meat, brown it as you want to say it, I'm going to go ahead and drain the fat content off of it because you don't want that greasy fat content. You want grease, not really grease, but you want oil, basically. Your oil content is what you're looking at. So while this meat is going through its processes of cooking down, I'm going to keep cutting up my smoked sausage. That's beef smoked sausage by Hillshire, okay? So I'm going in and I'm just gonna finish cutting up my smoked sausage pieces. This is a whole pound of smoked sausage. So I'm just getting this cut up, and then I'm gonna cut them in bite-sized pieces. It's gonna be a very meaty casserole, okay? So just cutting up my smoked sausage into 4 pieces, you know, quarter pieces. And so we got that set. And then we're gonna add all our spices and things like that. So what you guys are cooking today is Sunday. And I got some exciting news for you guys too. I'm excited. My book has dropped. My cookbook has come out. You can buy it. I'm going to put it in the link down below. And you can buy my book and do the recipes. And I'm going to have a second one come out, but it's In the Kitchen with Angela. It's a Creole household. You know, it's amazing blessing. It was 4 years coming or more. I decided to start doing this a while back. I was putting it on paper, but I never really did anything with it. And I decided, no, I'm going to get it out there. The New Orleans style way that we cook, you know. So I see my meat is starting to brown, come together. That's what I want. I want to cook all my meat down. And you know I have my seasonings, my Holy Trinity sitting right here. Bell pepper, onion, celery, and I added a little garlic to the pot too. So I like my casserole to be real meaty. And like I said, I'm not using spaghetti noodles. This is ground beef, ground pork sausage, the hot kind. And then we have turkey in there, and we have smoked sausage. So that's what I'm doing today. It's going to be a nice hearty casserole. It's a little cool outside. There's nothing wrong with a good old casserole. Something hearty getting your system, you know. So I'm just cutting up my meat into 4 pieces, quarter pieces, you know. And you get a bite in every piece. It's going to be layers of flavor. You know I got my cheese for my casserole. So before I dump these in, I'll let you see what I did when I cut them. They're just cut into little, you know, fourth of quarter pieces. So that's all it is. I'm just cutting them up as I go. And I'm going to add them into my pan. And I'm going to show you guys right here. See? So they're just little bite-sized pieces I'm adding into the pot. Now, I do have my pot, my saucepan on high. It's between a 7 and an 8. So I'm browning my meat. And it's really smelling good, and I haven't even put any seasoning in it yet. So that's real good. I'm going to place this to the side. Put that in the steak area. Put that meat to the side. I have my tomato paste right here. That's what I'm going to be using. And I have tomato sauce. And of course, you know I got my thick and zesty spaghetti ingredients. So that's the spices for it. It gives it that nice tang. It's real good. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of sugar to cut the acidic flavor from the tomato base. I'm going to go ahead and use sugar. You know, sugar does a lot. Salt and sugar does a lot for a dish. So I'm going to turn my fire up now to real high. And I want this to start cooking a little bit more. Just chopping up my meat. Can you guys see that real good? I hope you can. I hope you enjoy that. While I'm doing this, while the meat is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and drain the fat off because it has quite a bit of the fat that's I need to render off, okay? So, let's see. So, I'm going to go ahead and use my colander to get the fat off, okay? I had to get it out. I wasn't prepared. You need to always be prepared in your kitchen. I didn't think that I needed it, and I knew I needed it, but I didn't think about it. You know how you get your mind somewhere else. So, I'm going to go ahead and get things set up. About to go ahead and drain the meat because it's cooked now, you guys. You don't have to brown it like you're searing a steak or something. You just want to make sure it's cooked all the way through, you know, and give it a little color. So there you have it. So I'm gonna pull that out, pull the grease off of it. There's nothing worse than a greasy spaghetti sauce. That is not cool. That's not cute. I don't think nobody want that, right? So I'm gonna add a little olive oil. I love my olive oil. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add my vegetables. And like I said, if you're from New Orleans, we always cook with the Holy Trinity. That's bell pepper, onion, and celery. And we always add garlic, bay leaf, those kind of things. And also, I'm going to use some saffron, you guys. So, I'm going to drop my bay leaf in here to wake up those leaves because they're dried. So, I'm dropping them in. I'm going to do about 3, okay? 3. Well, 1 hit the floor, so that's all right. Everybody makes mistakes, right? So, here's my saffron leaves. These are very expensive. I'm going to go ahead and drop them in. I don't know, it just makes things taste better. So, I love saffron, okay? Waking up these vegetables. We're going to cook them for about 3 minutes or so. Because remember, all this stuff is going to go back in the oven too. So, we're doing a tomato-based meat sauce, okay? So the vegetables cook about 3 minutes till they become translucent, okay? That's normally how you would do that. And the bay leaves, they have a strong flavor. Don't ever eat them, they're bitter. But the aromatics from the bay leaf bring out the flavor in your food too. So that's a cool thing to be situated at. I'm going to drop some oregano in. Remember, we're using an 1/8 of a teaspoon first. Whenever you're cooking, if you're unsure, you want to use an 1/8 of a teaspoon. Now I have some basil because you can always add more. I'm not one that really does measurements. I know how to cook without doing that. But first, for you new cooks, start off with the 1/8 of a teaspoon. That's a little bit. Then you can always add more, right? So that's basically what you do. I'm going to add some more of my dried parsley flakes. I love that. So also, I'm going to add my tomato paste. And that's like a 1/4 cup. I may put more in there. So See that red? That red looks real good. I'm going to go ahead and drop my meat back in my pan. Alright, drop my meat back in the pan. I'm going to go ahead and add my Tony Saturate. You know I got to have it. You know that's in my house. You know I got to have that. That's that act right. So now I got my black pepper. You know I may call for sneeze. I'm dealing with seasoning. Yes, I'm adding a bouillon cube by chicken. I don't know why, but I am. I like the flavor. And I'm going to add beef bouillon as well. So I'm adding that in. I'm going to add some cayenne pepper. Okay. Oh, it's smelling good already. Yeah, you got to have a good foundation when you're cooking. Got to have a good foundation. And if you're not one who don't want to cook too often, then it's good for you to start off prepping so you won't be in the kitchen too long. That's the only way you can do it, you know. I'm going to add all this tomato paste, I think, because I like my stuff rich, right? And I'm going to go ahead and open this packet. Remember, when you're dealing with a hot pot and you're going to add some liquid, don't let the liquid be cold, okay? Remember, it's going to take down the temperature and you're going to have a fight bringing it back up, and it kind of messes up the food, so you don't want that. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm getting my base out. This is my better than bouillon beef base because we're dealing with beef too. And a little turkey. Get a little teaspoon. More flavor the better. Drop that in. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my measuring cup. I'm going to add the water. Just a little water for now. I'm going to add the sugar when I add the tomato sauce, okay? I'm not going to use all this because I don't want it all wet, because we're dealing with the noodles, which is plant-based, and you don't want it too wet. You have a plant-based, all plant-based vegetables, they come with a lot of water. So you don't want a lot of water, okay? I'm only using about 1/4 cup. It's not much. And then, because I want my sauce to stay thick and hearty too, because remember, this is a casserole we're making. Not a lasagna, but a casserole. It's going to have noodles. And whatever you don't use, I'm going to turn my pot down now. Whatever you don't use, you can freeze this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add my sugar. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of sugar to help with the acid, okay? This regular granulated sugar. Just 2 tablespoons, okay? So it helps break down the acid in the dish. And then we're going to put it in the oven. The oven is already heated. It's on 375. It's really cooking one of my other dishes for meal prep. I did some chicken and vegetables there in the oven. And of course, you know I'm gonna give it a taste. I'm gonna add a little accent to my dish. Not a lot. I know people don't really like this, but I use accent sometimes. I'm gonna give it a taste. You gotta let all the ingredients marry. I added my sugar. If you need to add more to a dish, remember, start off small, taste it, then see what else you need to add. That's the only way you can work it out, okay? So, let me see. Let's see what I need or if I need anything at all, okay? Lord, that is so good. That is delicious. It's full of flavor. I don't really need nothing else. That's it. So, when you're ready to start assembling, I'm going to turn this off, you guys, because that's done. Okay? It doesn't need anything else at all. I'll put this back in the fridge. Okay? And some of this stuff could get thrown away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble. I'm going to put this back in the fridge too. So I'm going to start assembling my casserole. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. This dish is bursting with flavor. And we're going to start assembling the casserole now. It's really simple. I have my pan here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, because this is turned off. And it's really tasty. We don't need to do anything else to it. And it's a casserole. So you know it's going to come with what? Cheese. Yes, cheese. I have my cheese here. And what I need for the spaghetti squash is a nice size fork. That's olive oil, salt and pepper. And I'm going to show you the strings. It comes out just like spaghetti. So all you have to do is use a fork and scrape it out like I'm doing now. Then we're going to bake it in the oven after we assemble it. See how that's coming out like strings? Maybe I should switch the pot over. I'll bring the pot over here. Can you guys see that now? See that? It's better? No, I better leave it where it's at. Let me see. Let me raise it up higher. No, you guys can see that better. There it is. So I just have to scrape out the core and they come out just like spaghetti. And this is a low carb one. Not all squash diabetics can eat, but spaghetti squash is okay. I've had the spaghetti squash and it literally doesn't do me too much harm as far as raising my blood sugars. It's really healthy. It's good for you. And it tastes great. It takes on the flavor of whatever you're doing. And that's basically all we doing is we doing the nutritious way of having spaghetti. That's it. So some seeds, I thought I took them all out, but some of the seeds are not out. So all you're doing is getting the core of the vegetable. And then we're going to add, the spaghetti sauce on there. And it's seasoned already because I seasoned it with olive oil. I baked it on 375 for about 35 to 40 minutes, okay? So you just spreading them out. Watch the seeds. You don't want to chew on a hard seed. And you guys can see that's turning into spaghetti, right? So I have a couple of more over here. You just start scooping out the inside. And this is a good way to change your diet but still have a lot of flavor. Okay, so you're not missing anything. You think you're missing the pasta, but when I started eating this, I tried this, you're not missing the pasta. It's really good, but it's better for you. That's crazy, but it's so true. How the Creator makes things that He knows you're going to have an issue, so He creates things that'll be beneficial for you, to be better for you, right? Yeah, you're going to mess up because a lot of that food be so good, but it's not good for you. Yeah, so that's okay though. If you mess up on your diet, then get back. So this is my no pasta spaghetti meat sauce casserole, you guys. This is my spaghetti squash. And we have our meat sauce. And I'm not adding any salt to this spaghetti squash because I did it when I did the sauce. And the sauce is really good, you guys. It came out great. So this is for meal prep for a week. Okay. The hardest part was not really anything. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Like I said, you guys, I hope you guys can take advantage of every opportunity to eat right and make things better for you and your family. Or even if you're by yourself, make it better for you, right? See these? They look like little spaghetti noodles, but they're not. It's actually squash, and I proved it to you. I showed you. It's squash. So this is going to be real good. This is the last one, you guys, and then we're going to start assembling the casserole, and we're going to put it in the oven. Uh-oh. You could tell it was baked, you guys. So there you have it. Those are going to get thrown away. There's no reason to keep that. So I want y'all to see these. Looks just like spaghetti noodles. See that? The angel hair, right? That's pretty cool. So this is gonna last us a week. And throw it in the oven on 375. Let that cheese melt. And then there you have it. You know you're going to get to see the finishing touches. But look at that. That looks like spaghetti. And it's really good. It tastes good, you guys. It really do. So I'm just spreading it out. Making sure I loose every one of them up and get all the salt and pepper seasoning that was on here situated. And then we're going to go from there. So, like I said, I put salt and pepper and olive oil on them. And now all I have to do is assemble it and get it in the oven. And that's going to be some good. It's really easy. The hardest part, really, truly, you guys, is cutting open the squash. So I'm just washing my hands. I get my towel out, washing my hands, and we're gonna start assembling the spaghetti sauce, okay? So now that the pan is cooled down over here, I'm gonna just go ahead and drop it. I hope you guys can see that. Here's the sauce, and all you do is you add the sauce in. Remember, no bay leaf. Remember, no bay leaf. Don't put the bay leaf in there. The bay leaf already cooked in. So you don't need to add the bay leaf, okay? So we're gonna add down one and you pull it out. That's all you do. So then you mix it. I don't want to mix that good. You're just mixing the spaghetti sauce in with the pasta. And then you're going to cover it with cheese. So it's quite simple. It's very healthy. You can come in here, Jamila, and put them in the cabinet. That's my children. Y'all know we family oriented here. She's just coming to help out behind the scene. Yeah. To know my kids, you gotta love them. They're awesome kids, and I'm thankful for all of them. So yes, I'm on the video, my dear. I'm on a video.
Well, we want to take a pause.
Aww.
To congratulate my mother on her book.
Thank you, sir. Thank y'all so much. Hey, that's my daughter. Hey.
Go here.
Hey, y'all. Jamila, you coming? Hey. Hey, everybody. My children celebrating my first cookbook, In the Kitchen with Angela.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. They bought me balloons and stuff. So, yeah, I'm in a minute. They surprised me. They think they slick. I told you they was great kids. I told you. I don't have no complaints. That was beautiful. So, now that I got my spaghetti pasta all set, we're going to add the cheese now. We're going to add the cheese, and we're going to put it in the oven and let it bake. I mean, it's great, you guys. So I'm excited. My kids blessed me. That was so sweet. I'm just so thankful. So here's the cheese, y'all. I'm using a Mexican blend. This is real good. This Lucerne is real good. You know, if you don't have the money for Tillamook or something like that, then just go ahead and use the Lucerne. I go to Albertsons. That's my favorite place to shop. I finally decided to download the app, and I got a wonderful surprise. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got a wonderful surprise. It was beautiful. My grocery bill, when you download the app, instead of paying $200, you might pay $50 with all the sales and deals. I just love it. So here you go, you guys. I have my casserole all ready. And we're going to put it in the oven on 375 for about 20 to 30 minutes. Let that rest, and then you'll see the finishing touches, of course. So thank you so much for joining my channel. I'm going to go ahead and open up this oven and put this in. So I really appreciate you guys for joining me every week here on my channel. Yeah, I'm putting it on another pan because it's a little flimsy. So there you go. We got this pasta in. So this is a no carb pasta. You heard me. That's right. In the Kitchen with Angela. She always creating things. That's a no carb pasta. So thanks again. You know I'm going to go ahead and follow back up with you guys and let you see the finishing touches. I'll even give you a bite. So if you have anything you want to do, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Invite others to my channel. Go ahead and like everything, and make sure you hit the bell to be notified for when my other videos drop. And then I need you to click the link below for the book, because it's ready. You can purchase it on Lulu. That's right, Lulu. Just go ahead and get that in there. Thank you. All things New Orleans. Bye.